up, guys? It is Gabriela Marte and
Kendra.
Hello. Welcome back to the Creatives Conversation. If you're here for the first time, this is a place where creatives come together to talk. Honestly, we want to talk about life, spirituality. Sometimes we want to talk about the real nitty-gritty of building your business as an artist or an entrepreneur or a small business owner. And so today we want to talk about, you want to hit it with the topic?
The topic today?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
We're going to talk about practical soul stuff. So let's back up. We're doing a series called Level Up.
Yes.
Level Up has 3 components: mind, body, soul. And so the last one is soul. And we talked about how the soul can be likened to very practical things that you do to encourage your soul, like discipline things, which a lot of people don't think about. So today we're talking about something very practical: how to get started in a video, 5 tips. And we have a special guest. Insert applause. Applauso. Andre Ribeiro.
Let's go.
So before Andre even says a thing, Andre and I have been working together for what, 4 years now?
Almost 4 years.
Almost
Wow.
4 years
It's like
doing
forever.
video. He is an incredible filmmaker. He does so much, to be honest, not just filmmaking, but he's a great dad. He has his own business. He is from Brazil, and he's been amongst us Americans, probably living a lower quality life. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Gosh.
But yes, welcome Andre to the podcast. Andre, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me for the second time.
For the second time, the first one didn't come
and
out.
now with the better English than 2 years later.
Let's go.
No, okay, so Andre is worried about his accent.
No, I'm not worried anymore.
phenomenal accent.
I'm not worried anymore.
No, you're
just
over
for the
it.
record.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
was 2 years ago.
Oh, you were? Okay. Well, I've never been worried.
I know,
always-
but when you learn a new language, you are worried.
That's true.
That makes
That's
sense.
true. If I
You're
were to
afraid
speak
that
in
people are not going to
Portuguese-
understand you. You know.
Yeah. If I were
feel
speaking
that.
But I
Portuguese,
like my
I would feel the
accent.
same
Now
way.
I'm proud of my accent.
Yeah.
2 years
Yeah.
ago, I was worried just the not being like understandable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That makes sense. I could see
So
that.
speaking of that, our first thing that we want to jump into here is, how did you get into all of this? Like, you're from Brazil, and you were doing filmmaking out there. What's your story?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been like more than 20 years.
Wow.
My dad used to be editor, director in Brazil. I say used to be because he's not on this market anymore, but he's still alive.
Oh, wow.
Gotcha.
Just for the record. The people
Just
ask me
for the
like,
record.
oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. No.
Your dad's gone, and you're like, no,
Yeah,
he's still alive.
I
He's
just want
actually
to say
visiting
like,
next
he's
week.
not on the market anymore. He's doing different stuff.
Gotcha.
So yeah, but he started working with video on 90s. I think it was 93 or 94,
Wow.
a long time ago. And then at that time I was like 9 years old. I wasn't working, but I started seeing him working.
Wow.
And then when I was like 12 to 13 years old, he started bringing me to the productions and showing me how to do stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And that time we didn't have computer to edit. It was like analogic and very old stuff. So a lot of video cassettes, I think it's this, right?
Yeah, cassettes.
Yeah,
Cassettes, yes.
Yeah.
But the big ones, the huge ones, like it was the entire room just for
Wow.
one system to edit video. And I was the guy that just hit the buttons.
No way.
Yeah, so there was like a big effect console just for the lower thirds, for example. And I
Wow.
was the guy that was just hitting the button to show this on the screen.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was very old style that time. But after that, a few months later, he got a specific work with one of the biggest sport TVs
Wow.
in São Paulo in Brazil. I think
wow.
that's it. And then he said, do you want to work like seriously? And I say, yes, of course.
Oh.
I like it. And he said, okay, I'm gonna pay you like let's say $50 every time that you go to be only the assistant of the camera guy.
Wow.
And then I said, okay. That time we didn't have like these digital cameras,
Yeah.
so we needed a lot of things to make the video work. You know, like
Okay.
we needed like separate lights, cables, big batteries, and big tapes.
Yeah.
And so assistant, like it wasn't very necessary at that time.
Yeah.
And I was this guy. And one day, yes, that was so special for me because one day my dad was filming something for this TV channel with a lot of like actors, actresses. And he said, "Oh my gosh, I just got a call from another client. They messed up with the tape, with the segment that is supposed to go on air tomorrow. And I need to re-edit everything this night.
Wow.
And I need to hurry up." And the director that was taking care of that production that my dad was working for, he said, "Oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? And we don't have any other guy to film this."
Yeah.
And he said, "My son can take care of it."
Wow.
And
Wow.
I think it was like 15, 16.
I was
I
going
was
to
gonna
ask
say,
you how old you were.
Me
I wanted to
too.
know.
I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
and I was like, "My gosh, my dad is crazy,"
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's really cool. though.
well, long story short, he left, and I got the big camera on my shoulder, and I worked.
Wow.
I made it, and the director liked it, and the director was like a big incentive for my career too.
Mhm.
But maybe like 10 years later, I found out there was a lie from my dad.
There was a what on your dad?
He was lying. My dad was lying
Oh, he put you on the spot.
Yes.
On purpose.
No, he did.
on purpose.
So I am shook.
Yeah,
Wow.
he pushed
That's
me.
amazing.
When I found that, I cried.
Wait, how old were you when you figured that out?
I
I
bet
feel
they're
like-
crying
I was
now.
like 22, maybe.
Oh, so you were
20,
older. Like years
25.
had gone by.
Yeah, it was a long time after.
Wow.
My heart, like that is so cool
That's a
that your
good dad.
dad would like,
Yeah, my
like
dad
he
is
saw
amazing.
something in you and then like trusted you,
Exactly.
you know what I mean, enough to do that. Like what?
Yeah.
And then just like it just reminds me of like he passed you a mantle, like you know what I mean?
Exactly,
Like
yeah.
that is really cool.
That is
And I have like a lot of memories, very strong memories in my mind, and one of those is the people that used to work with my dad saying to me like, "Hey, you have like the guy close to you." And now I'm doing the same thing for my son.
Yeah.
You know, I
We
can say
saw
like,
that
too.
this
Right,
weekend.
that's what
I was
We did the
thinking
video shoot this
too.
weekend.
and that's interesting because I can see the same hungry for information on his heart that I used to have that time, like a long time ago. And I'm doing the same thing for him. And I usually say like, if you want to start something, you first need to pay the price for someone. You know,
Yeah.
if you want to learn something, I don't know, in certain areas in your life, you need to give away. You need
Yeah.
to make the path for someone.
Yeah.
And what's the better person to do that than your son?
Yeah.
Your daughter. And my dad did that. And that's so interesting. And the other very important thing that I learned throughout these years, when we have kids mainly, if you have some dreams, even if you're not accomplished this, if your dreams is not coming true, actually, maybe this is gonna come true on your kid's life.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
that does not mean that you didn't live it, your dream.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
that does not mean your dream didn't come true. Because I understood that, because right now I'm living a lot of things that my dad used to dream. It was his dream. You know, and I'm sure that he lives and he enjoys that with me.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm filming something that he would like to do, or something like that. Yeah, so
That's
I cannot answer this question without talking about legacy.
Yeah,
of course.
absolutely. There's just so many gems that you dropped, like in the midst of all that. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
I think the artist community, like a lot of creatives watch this. I think we need to hear that, you know, because we're so individualized, especially being, a lot of us are Americans that watch this, and it's about me. My dream is only about me, even though we don't necessarily articulate that or feel like we want it to be about us, but in our minds, it's only about us.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so to hear someone that's like thinking about their son and their son's son, That's powerful.
Exactly, it is.
I got a question though.
Mm-hmm.
Going back, like how did, or I guess, when did you know that you wanted to, I guess, walk in your dad's footsteps or do what he did? Like, did you know before he asked you to like come help him, or I guess like shadow him, or you know what I mean, or at least go to work with him, or was it like in the midst of doing that? Like when?
I think talent is the key, because my dad wasn't the best teacher ever.
Gotcha.
You know, he used to be like, he is this way. He's like a tough guy.
Yeah.
And I'm this way sometimes. But well, I know this behavior helped me a lot. But I think the most important thing was that he showed me the way, and I liked it. You know, he just put all of these things in front of me, and I decided to go and follow this because I liked it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And maybe because the talent that got put in my heart, got put in my life, matched with this path that he showed me. You know, I think giving me the opportunity to see everything, it was the best gift at that time.
Makes sense.
And the talent that God put in my life, that I received from God, like the gifts and a lot of things that we have naturally that flows from us. I think this thing has to match to the opportunities.
Yeah.
So you still need to have the opportunities. You still need to have someone to show you, you know, and giving you the possibility to see something.
Yeah.
And then maybe your talent is gonna find a way, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good.
That's good. I love your story, and I want to pick your brain. I think you kind of dropped some gems in there, but our number one question for this episode is, we want to pick your brain and get 5 tips. I want to read it exactly how it's written. Give 5 tips to people getting started in video. So you were born into this, basically, which is really cool. But like, what about the person who isn't? If you could give them 5 tips, what would they be? We can start with 1, of course. Number 1.
Well, I've seen a lot of people that just started like after 20 years old or something like this. That wasn't a teenager, you know.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of creative people doing this, even older, like 30s or something, you know. But what I see on those people is still the same thing that I always had. Passion. You need to love what you do.
Come on.
I always hear people saying something like, you don't have to do what you love, just love what you do. I don't agree 100% with this because I understand the message. They're saying like, love the things you do in general. You know, do your best for everything, although it's not the best thing that you like, although this is not your dream.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future you're going to find your way.
Yeah.
But I really believe that God put something special on each person, on every person in the world. So you just have to follow this. You just have to figure out what God gave to you, you know. But the way to discover it, to find this, is just following the passions that God put in your heart.
What are your practical tips? Like somebody says, Andre, I am passionate about video. I can't shake it. I feel like the Lord has called me to this. Like, it's divine. What do I do? Like, where do I start?
How do I start? Yeah.
Grab your phone and film everything.
Okay.
That's the best thing. So if you make this question maybe five years ago, I could answer totally differently.
Totally, yeah.
But right now, you know, iPhone 13, 14, whatever, it films like with the same quality as the mirrorless cameras. Andre, you're saying that's enough for video, for professional video? No, I'm just saying like for practice, for develop your creativity, that's more than enough. You don't need anything else, you know. So just start filming something, and the most important thing is, I think, is the key. That's the secret of everything, is just tell the story. Don't forget the storytelling. Never. Because you can have like a beautiful video and
there's no story.
There's no story.
It's just a video.
Yeah, we've all done that.
So but that was hard for me in the beginning, because I was so excited with the gears,
Yeah.
especially when I was teenager, like or close to the 20s. I was like excited and interested in gears. And,
Yeah, because
you know,
it's cool,
equipments
different
and
stuff.
because I used to operate a lot of different things, like camera jib, like the big crane,
That's cool.
Oh, that.
steady cams, and you know, a lot of cool things
Yeah.
that people would love to operate sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just make you like an operator, not a videographer.
That's true. Not a filmmaker.
I cannot say videographer too, because it's the same thing. But you know, filmmaker, you have to tell the story. Just take care of the story. To be honest, you don't need a great camera to start. You just have to have your phone and film something. And
What about
try to
editing? Editing software? Or...
I'm not very good on the editing on the phone because I don't have this experience, but I'm sure the market has a lot of options to you know to make your work.
I mean, iMovie.
better than
If you
phone.
have, if you have an iPhone, iMovie. It's like simple.
iMovie, exactly. There are the other one is a CapCut.
Oh, yeah,
CapCut.
Yeah. iShot. You can find a bunch of it, but I don't know how they work specifically.
Yeah.
But I know they're good enough to create something.
And I think a lot of us want to start like at the top.
Yeah.
But we don't want to harness like the skills that it takes to get to the top. And I don't think we see them as like, use your iPhone and like,
Yeah.
and we see them as like, I need to be like on a production site and like, you know, I need to be where Andre's at. I need to be like doing what he's doing. But Andre's been doing all like there's
in
this
the
history.
trenches.
Yeah, there's like 20 years of history, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say the editing software matters? Like, you know what I mean? Like, as you, like, or is, like, matters more than, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, because you said, like, just, like, starting out, like, just shoot something. But, like, if you want to, like, continue to grow and stuff like that, would, like, investing in, like, a good editing software system, like, be the okay? Because, like, that can really make or break or...
Of course, that's important. But, you know, when you're starting doing something professionally, all the editors on the market, they are almost the same thing. Okay. Don't hate me, videographers. I'm not saying
That's true.
there's no any difference. I'm just saying, like, for editing, basically is the same thing.
Yeah.
But you need to find your niche.
Yeah.
Is that
Gotcha.
the name?
That's
Yeah.
it.
You need to find your niche because you need to understand what kind of software you need.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So right now I'm transitioning from the Final Cut Pro from Apple to DaVinci Resolve. Why? Cut the video and edit some effects. They're the same thing, but you have more tools on the DaVinci Resolve. For example, color grading. That's something more professional. But depending on the job you're doing, you need a colorist. So the colorist is going to work on those tools that you don't need to work on.
really help.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Unless you have your own business, you're doing both.
exactly.
You are a colorist as
exactly.
well.
That's good.
Yeah.
And if we talk about price, they are the same price. So you know, I just want to start with the most complete one.
Yeah.
Go on
absolutely.
DaVinci Resolve. So the software doesn't matter in terms of choice,
Right.
Yeah.
but it matters depending on the job you need.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Depending the tools you need for your film. You know.
Absolutely.
So you need to do your research basically and figure out what
Yeah.
you need or to complete
When
the
it
job.
comes to that,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
I can
but-
relate musically. Like there was, there's DAW systems where you like create the music in them, but like maybe for the first 6-7 years, I didn't really need one. Like I didn't even know how to work one. I was just performing live and like kind of like getting good as a musician. But there came a time where it was time to start recording on my own.
Yeah.
Because it just made sense. And so,
Sure.
and I knew there was different kinds of software packages with each DAW system. Like some had sounds, some don't. Like it depends on what you want. Some make your voices sound more glossy, R&B-ish,
Yeah.
supposedly. But I think it's the same concept.
Same concept, and also it depends on the computer you're using.
That's true too.
Oh, I want to use the Final Cut Pro, but if you have a PC, that's not
can't.
possible.
Yeah,
Right,
good luck.
you can't.
Yeah.
You know,
Sorry, not good luck, but good luck.
So
which is not bad. You know,
It's just,
you can
it's
do a lot of great things
With your
nowadays
PC.
in the PC or Windows system.
Yeah, it's true.
And I used to work for a lot of years with Sony Vegas. I can say that's a good software, but it's one of the most affordable and basic softwares. You have a lot of effects inside, but it's not the same thing as the other ones I just mentioned.
Gotcha.
But if you need just edit some story and add some LUT, the kind of color presets, and that's it. You can use it.
For sure. That's
Okay.
good. Okay, so I feel like we have 2 tips for getting into video. You mentioned number 1, start with your phone, and then number 2,
Be passionate.
oh, number 1 was passion.
passion.
Sorry, number 2 was the phone. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
phone. No,
And
you're
then
good.
what? Give me one more. We have 5 to hit. What's your third one?
Okay, the third one is like do some stuff for free.
Oh,
That's important.
That's good. Say that again for the people in the
Yeah.
back. I'm just
you-
kidding.
Say it again. And by the way, I need to hire someone for free.
It's basically what he's saying.
We see what you're doing.
Yeah. I can see like very extreme sides and opinions on this way.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
I know a lot of good videographers, good filmmakers that can do a lot of stuff for free, even now when they're experienced. And I can see some of the people that are in the middle of the process
Yeah.
and have this idea like, I will never do this.
Ooh,
Yeah.
The attitude.
Ooh,
Yeah.
speak to that. Like
Yeah, I'm
those people
sorry,
that
man,
think like
but,
that.
You know, you're missing that very good opportunity to stretch your mind.
Yeah.
You know, I do a lot of free work daily.
Yeah, you do.
Daily.
Andre does do that.
I'm not saying weekly. I'm saying daily.
Yeah,
Wow.
you do.
Even though if it's just something for Instagram or whatever,
Wow.
I have a criteria for it. So
Okay.
I'm not saying that I'm gonna do everything for
Right.
free.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like mainly ministries, non-profit organizations. Obviously, that's the people that need most, and they're not working for money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a good opportunity to work with something.
Yeah. And hone their skills.
But you
Yeah.
you still have opportunity to try something new.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm exploring the documentary world. So I need to find people to tell their stories.
Yeah.
I love storytelling. The documentary is more like a reality.
Yeah, for sure.
It's different.
And I really love this world. I'm trying to learn more and practice more.
Yeah.
And I'm telling some story for free because I need to learn. I
That makes
need
sense.
to get more practice.
Yeah, you got to dip your toes in the water before
Yeah.
you can
Yeah. So yeah, that will be the fourth or
That's
three?
a third.
Third.
Yeah.
The third tip.
Nice try,
Do
trying to get to 4 without giving 4.
No, I'm not running.
I'm kidding.
Done.
He's like, I'm
I'm
not.
not rushed. Yeah, that's the third. Don't forget that you have
beautiful.
to take the advantage of those opportunities that are in front of you.
Yeah.
I think
You
it
know?
keeps you grounded too. Like, I think that's one of my biggest fears, if I'm being honest. Like getting to a place in my career or with anything, gifts that God's given me, and then not seeing people in need. You know what I mean? Like you can really get arrogant and get a big
Too big
head
for your britches.
and that kind of mentality will change you down the road when you become accomplished.
Yeah, if you are the kind of arrogant people, so I have another idea for you. Well, I think if you're arrogant, you're not gonna accomplish that. But anyways, you have family. At least I hope you do.
Yeah.
Just tell your mom's story.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I met a girl like years ago. She's a very very good friend, Jessica Ramirez. I saw a little movie that she made of her mom that came from Mexico and
Wow.
had like a battle and about her documents for years, for decades.
Wow.
And when mom got the documents, she got the papers and everything. She made like a very simple movie. Yeah, it was just like her mom cooking
Wow.
and with her voiceover and just telling the story.
Wow. That's cool.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That
Wow.
was beautiful. She didn't have to get paid for it, but she did. That's the good thing. She didn't miss the opportunity to mark the world with something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So maybe you're not gonna do something for money, but you're gonna leave some seeds.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Leave some
good.
seeds, leave a
Oh,
mark.
and that's where the passion connects.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh.
At least for me, video has a purpose. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't take this time to talk about video and creativity in general
Yeah.
without touching on this thing, because for me that's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's more than a vehicle, more than just a communication. You can leave legacy with this. You can
Yep.
spread out legacy and
Plant seeds.
a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's good,
Impact
Andre.
the world.
Yeah, and you've done that. I want to see more personally as your friend, but it's coming. What about number 4?
Wait.
Number 4,
yeah,
that
that
was the number 4.
I was thinking that was 4. No?
Was that 4?
Yeah, and no.
the-
It was just like a parenthesis.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was like, what
I
number
could
4?
say
I
that
could
was
say-
a 4th.
I
We
but
didn't say it was 4.
Right.
So-
I think you went into it, but it's okay.
I'm gonna check in the editing.
He's gonna edit this.
Make
so.
a note here.
Let's say this is gonna be the 4th. If you guys have 6, better. Right?
6, 4 to 6. Wow, you gave 2 free.
Yes.
Yeah.
The 4th, I can say, I'm almost sure that's the 4th. Yeah. The other thing is trying to find your niche. I know I talked about this a little bit earlier, but just to go more specific on this, find your passion, but find your niche, because I feel struggle sometimes because of the necessity of making money,
That makes sense.
and
Yeah.
you have to do everything. You know,
Yeah.
like you kind of have to say yes for everything. I'm not saying you don't have to say no. I'm just saying like you need to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
And this is your full-time gig, so like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
you have to make decisions that
Can't
you
say no to
As
everything.
a people
don't
that
necessarily like to do sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a foreign.
Yeah.
Like I'm not from this country. A lot of people ask me like, "That's what you do for a living?" Because it's not common to see like a Brazilian now working outside of construction.
Like 9 to
Yeah.
5.
With all of my respect for my friends in the construction, but I'm saying like most of them would like to do something different.
Yeah.
Totally. It
And-
taxes your body after a while. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they don't believe that that's my full-time work.
I think you're lying, huh?
That's my full-time,
Makes sense.
that's what I do for a living. They don't believe that, especially because I'm the only one that work in my house. My wife and I, we had this agreement, so she works strongly for our family.
Yeah.
So she's literally the queen of the house, and we love to keep it like that, you
Yeah.
know. It makes the things a little tough in general because I need to work harder
Yeah.
than I was supposed to.
Yeah.
But even though you have to do all of these things, find your niche. For example, like I'm talking about documentary, so I can give you like my main things:
Yeah.
documentaries, music stuff, and commercials. I love doing
Music
3 of them.
stuff.
Like it, Marte.
I do
Marte
music
music.
if you're new here.
Yes. So it's not like very specific. I know a lot of great videographers and filmmakers that does a lot of things, but another people does just one,
Yeah, just one thing.
which is great. But anyways, I can say like even the doing 3 things or sometimes 4.
Yeah.
The storytelling is the node that connect everything.
That's good.
So for me, that's my main thing. I can say that's my niche. So find your main thing, you know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That was the 4th.
It was the 4th. So you have to give us one more.
You have to be smart. I can say that's my last
How
tip.
so? Explain.
I'll explain. You have to be smart in you have to be smart with the people, right? Because that's the most common thing. You're gonna find a lot of crazy people trying to take advantage from you.
Oh,
real.
preach the truth.
You know, and I will tell you why. This kind of work exposes the people. You know, like
Yeah.
if you find someone in your life that wants to be exposed to the people and wants to be famous, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wants to get the
you
clout.
have everything that these people needs. You can make money with this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But if you find like a tough person, maybe money is the last thing you're gonna get.
Ooh,
You can get like headache first,
yeah.
some
Stress.
depression, stress.
Yeah.
Depression.
Because these kind of people, they not only take the advantage, but they like push you, put pressure, and for your creativity, it's tough.
Yeah, for sure.
So you have to be smart with the people, and I got a lot of scammers in my life, and recently, crazy.
Scammers. I'm sorry. I just have dealt with the same stuff
Well,
in life.
it's not a scammer.
No, it is a scammer. I can relate really well.
Okay, but how's the other name I can use?
No.
Liars. I don't know.
Scammers. Yeah,
They're
people that take
scammers.
advantage of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's so easy to find this kind of people. You're gonna have a lot of opportunities to say no. You can take advantage to, do what they want and get your money. But if you find this kind of people, it's gonna be hard to get money because they are more prepared than you.
Yeah.
They know already how to get your work without paying you. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a video project together. We'll leave the person nameless. But they, this client, sometimes Andre and I will work together, hit me up and was like, hey, send Andre out. We want to do this video in town. And I said, you haven't paid your retainer for this month. Never heard from them again.
Okay.
And I was like, so you want me to send out my video partner and you just don't want to pay us? Like, yeah. And that's a scam. I mean,
Yeah.
high level, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not happening.
I can say like in my country we say like that's the smart people, but when we say smart, ironically, we're just saying that this is a kind of a scammer.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like they're smarter than you because they scammed you.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
smart, huh? You're just being smart, asking me something like that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
why do you think that I'm not gonna ask for money?
Right.
Yeah.
But,
I think my services are free.
crazy, right?
Oh, this is good. Okay, last question from me. It just hit me. So, speaking of scams and people paying money or not paying money, how did you, when you got started, price your work?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good
Yeah.
practical.
Yeah.
You don't have to put all the numbers out there, but like, how did you come up with like a rate or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have some steps. The first step is you have to make the count, like calculate what your expenses.
Oh, that's good.
You know,
Okay.
You can put like your year expenses on the sheet, on the spreadsheet, and you can make all of these counts, and you can find how much your hour costs. That's how you start. But here's the other thing that's very important. I've been reached out from a lot of people that wanted to work with me and say like, hey, what's your hour?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's not a correct way to
price your
touching
work.
base with you. Like, yeah. Because that's the smart people that I'm saying.
Yeah. Those are the
Hey,
scammers.
because how much is your, because they want to be ahead. When you give a price, they're going to have calculate.
Well, how many hours you're going to
How
work for
many
me
hours?
since
Yeah.
it's that?
They want to see like if you're charging properly or not. And that's crazy because they want to decide how you have to charge or how much.
Oh, they're trying to control you.
Yeah,
basically.
that's crazy. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And this second step, you have to value your creativity.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
good.
And I can say
This is good.
it's
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
really-
priceless.
It
you know?
is.
Even though you have to give a price, you have to give
Right.
your rates, but it's priceless. So I can say you have to find your hours and mix with your passion. So you have to understand, like, I think my work is worth it, this and that, then this. So I think this is a learning curve that you have to try and see and feel how your market works. You can be in the same market as the other videographer, but in certain way, your market is still different. You can be in the same area. You can be among the same clients, the same commercial place, but your market is different because you do what you do in a different way, with a different gear maybe, or even if you're using the same gear, same equipment, but the way how you do it is different. And sometimes you can charge a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
For a thing that the client doesn't need. That's what I'm saying. You have to feel it. You know.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I know a lot of filmmakers that they give like a recipe. You know.
Yeah, like there's like this equation.
So you have to do this and that. You have to calculate your expenses. You have to do everything, but I think half of it you have to feel it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And a part of the feeling it, sometimes I'll think about a price that I'm giving a client and I think to myself, am I at peace with this? And if I know like let's say it's a recurring job, 2 months later, I'm going to be like, I hate the fact that I went this low. I got to up the price so that when I'm working with them, I feel like the value is going both ways. I'm giving them value and it's equal or more value that they're giving me. So I can like do great work and bring a good attitude to the job. And
Yeah, exactly.
That's good. Andre, this is money.
Right, chef's kiss.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Yeah.
You guys, this is Andre, the first part of our interview with him. The next interview we're going to do is going to be a lot more practical about gear and what he uses. So make sure you subscribe and we will be back next week with all of the gear, all of the practical ideas of how to like really dig into this if you want to do this as a part of your business. And that's all we have for you. Thank you so much, you guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.